Hello everyone. So today we are going to see this project. How can we create? So first is employee register page. So here we can give the name. So let's take example called Angela, and here we'll give salary as 800 and email as angela@gmail.com, department QA, and job here we'll take 10 February, and after clicking on register, so the Angela will be registered. So if we expand this, so here we can see the tables. So here we forgot to choose the gender, so let me delete this. So the record is deleted. So here you can see this navbar. Here after clicking on register, again we will do Angela and salary 800, female we will now choose, then email angela@gmail.com, then QA, and job, date of job is 10th, and after click on register, here we can see Angela. Here we can see. Now here we can do delete. Here we see the delete operation. Now let us edit this. So what we will do, here we will do employee salary as 500. So go to the edit. After click on edit, here you can see the salary we will do here as, let me take here 500, and if I click on register, here you can see the employee salary is edited. Also we can delete this, and from here we can go to the register page, and from this we can, after clicking on data, we can go to this data page. So for building this, we will use here Spring Boot Web MEC, Data JP, then theme leaf and Lombok and Mysql Database. So let's go to the here. So here I am using Spring Toolsuite. So here go to the file, go to the new, and here we can see Spring Startup project. So here we will create one project with the name Spring Boot crud. Then click on next, and here we will select Lombok, then MySQL, because we are using here Mysql Database, then Spring Boot Dev Tools, then Spring Data JPA, and Spring Web, and theme leaf. So here we can also search if you want anything. Here you can type Dev Tools, Lombok, Spring Data JPA, MySQL, or theme leaf and Spring Web. So these are the dependencies we are choosing. Then click on next and finish. So it will take some time to create the project. So here you can see our project is created, that is Spring Boot crud, and in the pom.xml we can see the dependencies. So here you can see Data JPA, theme leaf, and Spring Boot Web, Dev Tools, MySQL connector, Java, Lombok. So let's go back here and go to the first of all application.properties. So here we'll give the server port, and here we'll give for comment server port. Here I am giving here server port as 3031. Server port equals to 3031. Then data source properties, spring dot data source dot URL equals to JDBC colon MySQL colon / local host colon port number of JDBC MySQL 3306 / the schema name. So I have already created here one schema with the name new, and here you can see there is no table in this new schema. So here we have to give the schema name. This is port number. Now next thing we have to give the spring dot data source dot username. So username of your database at the time of downloading we give this. So here also the username and password you have to give. Password, yes. Then next thing we will give some here JPA related spring dot JPA dot. Here we will give show SQL as true. Then spring dot JPA dot Hibernate dot DDL auto. Here we will give update. So if the table is already present, then it will update that table, otherwise it will create the table. So let's go back. So next thing here we will create some packages. So right click on this base package, right click on com.app, then here go to the new, and here we can see package. So first we will create controller package, then click on finish. Next we will create one package called service, then right click on this, go to the new and go to the package. Here we will create repo, and right click on this, go to the new, go to the package. Here we will create one model. Next here we will create one class. In the right click on this model, go to new, go to class. Here we will create one class called employee, and finish. So here we will create some variables here. So here we will take whatever the fields are there, employee name, employee salary. So go here and write private integer emp id, private string emp name, then private string emp gender, private string emp department. The next thing is we have to give the private double emp salary, and private employee ID, employee name, gender, department, salary, email, private string email, then private, what else, date of job, private date doj, emp doj. Now here we will give @entity annotation, entity, yes. And for generating the getter setter we will use here Lombok annotation called data, and all args constructor and no args constructor, and here we will also use the table, and the name of the table should be emp tab. Let's save this, and this employee ID will take as a primary key, so @id, and its column we will take the name as eid. So next thing is here we'll take column and name as ename. Next thing column name equals to egender. Next here we'll create column and name of that column edepartment, column name equals to esal, column name equals to email at the column name equals to date of job, and here we'll import this, press Ctrl Shift O, and here we'll import java.util.date. Now next thing, here we have to convert date and time format will be ISO. Yeah, here we'll take as date, and it should be converted into the database type. So temporal we'll take, and here we'll take date. So if you want here date and time, you can give, if I go here, control space, here you can see timestamp. Timestamp mean both the time and date will come. Time, if we choose time, then only time will come. If we choose date, here only date will come. So here we want only date, so here we will choose date. So this employee is done. Entity table, then primary key employee ID, string employee name, gender, department, salary, email. Now next thing, go back, and here we have to create one repository. So go to the new, go to the interface, here we will create employee repository, employee repository, which extends JP repository, and here we have to give the entity class name, that is employee. Press Ctrl Shift O for importing. Here what happened, ID, at the place of ID we have to give this primary key data type. So go to here, and here we will give integer. Next, so repository is done and model is done. Now go to the controller, right click on this, go to new, go to the class, here we will create one employee controller. Next we will give here annotation controller. Here we will create one method, public string show, and here we will take get mapping show. Here we will also take request mapping /employee. So here now return employee register. So what will happen if the user will type on the browser http://3031, 3031 is the port number, here we have given. So application.properties, here you can see 3031. So in the controller, if the user type 3031 employee /show, so it will come here and it will return this. So we have to create one HTML file with the name called employee register. So go to the here in the src main resources, above application.properties there is templates. So right click on this template, and here go to new, and here we can see file. So here we will create one employee register.html and click on finish. So here HTML will take HTML, then head, then title, register. So for registration of employee we will create one here registration form, and here we will give the body. Next, here we are using the bootstrap, so we have to add this CDN link. Here I have already opened. I will give the link of this in the description. From there you can go to the bootstrap website and copy this CDN. Let's copy and go to the our HTML file, and below title paste this, press Ctrl Shift F for formatting. Next here we are using this theme leaf, then here type xmlns colon th and this theme leaf URL. Go to the browser, theme leaf. Here this website also I will give in the description. So go here and paste. So bootstrap and this theme leaf URL we have added. Now next thing we have to create is a form. So go here and we will create here a division tag, and here we will take class as container. Next thing is div. Here class equals to card we will take, then div. Here class equals to card header, and h3 equals to employee register page. So let us see how. Right click on this and go to the open with the web browser. So it will open. Here you can see employee register page is coming. So if you want here some, here we can see card. Here we will give the background primary and text as white and text in the center, CNTER. Let's save this and go to the here, and if I refresh this, it should come. Here you can see employee register page is coming. So if you want some bigger, we will take here h2. Let's save this, go to the register and let's refresh. Here you can see employee register page. Now this is done. Next thing, in this we will take div and it should be the body. So class equals to card hyphen body. So here first thing is name and input type equals to text and name. So here while giving the name you have to give this employee class, whatever we have given the variables. So employee name, let's copy this, employee name, go to the our HTML and paste here. So next what you have to do is input type equals to, oh here we forgot to write form, so form, inside form we have to give this, so form, inside form we will take this input, form. Here we will take a method as post method. So here we will take class as form control. Let's save this, go to our here, let's refresh and refresh. Here you can see name and here is coming. Now go here and let's press Ctrl Shift down. Then here we have to give the salary, input type equals to text, and the name we will take in the employee. Go here and what is the we have given emp sal. Let's copy this and go here and at the place we will give employee salary and same as form control. So if I go to the register and let's refresh this, here you can see salary is also coming. Now next thing we have to do is the gender. So gender, and here we will give the gender input type equals to video and what value equals to male, yes, then value male, and name, go to the employee class, and what we have given here, variable emp gender. Let's copy this, go here and paste here. So same for the female, and here we have to give female, this is right. Then let's save this. So here ready box is created. Now go to this register, and if I refresh this, it should come here genders. Here you can see, here we have to write the male and female. So after this input, male and female. Let's save this, and here we have to take the br tag, because here we are not taking the form control. So for going to the next line, we have to take br. Now next thing, we have to give the email. So email colon equals to input, and type equals to text, and name equals to email. The next thing what we have to do is go to this employee, what else, emp department we forgot to write. So go to the employee register page, and here department, and here we have to take the select, right. Then in the select we will take class, no, class form control, then name equals to dpt emp dpt, as we have given here emp dpt, here you can see. So let's take that name here, emp dpt. Now here we have to give the options, here not option group, you have to take the option, and close this. First value, here we will take select, control, press control alt down, control alt down, control alt down. Here we will take dev qa ba, and value we have to take ba and qa and dev. Let's save this. Name is done, salary is done, gender is done, and here at this id, so for here we'll take generate value and strategy as identity. So if you are using the Oracle, here we have to give the sequence. Here I am using the Mysql, so the id will be automatically created. id is done, employee name is done, gender is done, department is done, employee salary is done. Now next thing we forgot to write is date of job. So go here and at the end doj input, what happened, date of job input, type equals to, here type take as date. The next name equals to what we have given in the employee, emp doj. Go here, paste here. So I think all the are covered. Let's count 1 2 3 4 5 6. Go here, how many are there, 1 2 3 4 5 6, yes. So go to here and let's refresh this. What happened here, emp select, go to this, and we forgot to write this class called form control in the email, and same as in date. Let's save this, go to the register, and let's refresh. So here we can see form, name, salary, male or female, email, and department, here we can see, then date of job. Now next thing we have to take here a submit button. So after job, input type equals to submit and value equals to register and class equals to btn outline button outline succ. Yes, success. Let's save this, go to the register page and let's refresh this. So here we should get the submit button. Here we can see register button is coming. So the form is done. Name, salary, gender, email, department, date of job. Now next thing, we have to save this data. So in the form th:\action. So here we are using theme leaf, so I am giving here th:\action, and in the theme leaf here we'll give @ and the whatever URL. So now in the let's go to the controller, and so after giving this URL in the browser, it will go to the employee register and this will shows to the user register page. Now we have to save this data. So go to the controller. Here we'll create one method, public string register, and here we'll take save employee and @post mapping, because we take the method as post mapping, and here we'll give URL as register. So in this employee register, in the action, what we have to do is /employee and /register, because at this top level what we have given is in the controller this request mapping path is employee, and after that for registering, saving this, go to the register. So after clicking on register button, it will go to this controller in the register. Now here we have to write the logic to save this employee data into the database. So we must get here employee data. So here we will use the attribute, model attribute, and employee emp. So let's import this, Ctrl+Shift+O, and so whatever the form data here the user will fill, that will come to this method and it will store into this employee object. Now next thing is we have to save. So for saving purpose, we'll create some methods in this service. So in the service, right click on this, go to the new and go to this interface. Here we'll create one interface, employee service, click on finish, and here we have to save the data. So we'll create one method called void save employee, and its implementation class we will create in the service. Right click on this, go to the new, go to the class. Here we will create one employee service impl and click on add, and here we will give the interface called employee service. Let's click on OK, click on finish, and here we will write a logic to save the employee into the database. Here we created the employee service. Now next thing what we have to do is we'll use this employee repository. So how can we use this? Go to the employee service impl, press Ctrl+M, then go here, and here we'll create one private employee repository repo, and here we'll give @void, press Ctrl+Shift+O for importing. Then in the repository we know that the method, so we have to take the employee as the parameter here in the interface employee service will take employee emp, and also here we have to take employee emp. So we have to import this, Control Shift O for importing. Next, Control Shift O for importing. Now we have to save the data by using this, with the use of this repository. So we have the method called repo.save, and we have to give the entity, and that entity will be employee emp. Now we can use this method. So go to the controller, here is controller, and here we have to take the, above this we'll take private interface employee service variable name auto wired, and press Ctrl Shift O for importing this. It is imported. Now let's use here. So service dot save employee, and here we have to pass the employee. Let's save this, and after registering the user we'll give the data, show the data to the user. So return, we have to create one employee data. We'll take another method for showing the employee data. So let's take here a method called public string get all employees, and get mapping all employees. So here we'll return employee data. This HTML we have to create file, and here we'll redirect to this. So redirect all. So what will happen, let us see. First of all, what we'll do, let me delete this. We'll check here whether the data is saving or not. Let me take here employee register again. So let's check. Go to this Spring Boot CRUD application and press Ctrl F11 for running, and click on Spring Boot app, click on OK. So it will run. So here we can see the first of all the table will be created. Here we got one error called field service in the com.app.controller employee controller required this interface employee service. So what happened in the employee controller, as we are taking this, but we forgot to take here a annotation called @service. Yes. So here we have to give this annotation called service. Now let's go to this and press Ctrl F11 for running. So here we can see the query create table emp tab with the employee ID and email, then employee department, then job, then this gender, email, and in this MySQL, if you go to the MySQL workbench, so refresh this, and here we can say employee tab, press on this table icon, and here we can see the emp table. So the rows are employee ID, employee name, department, job, generation, gender, name, and salary. Now let's go here, and we have to give this URL in the browser, that is this. So http:// //3031. This is the port number we have given. Then this employee, then show. So it will go to this. So here I am giving this URL localhost :3031/employee/show. So after that we'll get this. So let's save the record. First we'll take here a Sam, then its salary will take 500. Then here we'll take Sam @ AB, here samabc@gmail.com, and gender will take as male, and department will take here as development. Here date of job, here you can see date is coming, calendar is coming, so 17 will take. And after that click on register. Let's see. Yeah, go to the Mysql workbench, and if I refresh this, the data should come here. Here we can see one employee ID will be auto generated, and we gave the Sam @gmail.com, department as dev, date of job we take here 17th February, gender male, employee name Sam, and salary is 500. That means this saving operation is done. Now let's go back, and here we can see we are giving this URL. So what happened? So it will return this employee register. That means it will go to this HTML form, and after click on register, it will go to this register, and we are saving this. So service.save employee. So it will go to this service class, and by using repository we are saving the employee data, and first data we have saved successfully. So now next we will see how can we show the data to the user whatever he saved. So let me stop the server. So stop here, and after that what we'll do, then next go to the controller, and here we'll create one method. So public string show employees, and here we take @get mapping, and /all users we have to take. So I am giving here as all, and return employee data. So we need to create one HTML file with this name. So let's copy this and go to the templates, and right click on these templates, go to the new, go to the file, and here we have to create employee data. So paste here .html, click on finish. Then here we need to create HTML as same in the whatever we have taken in the employee register. Let me copy this up to the bootstrap, whatever in the head section what we have given. So the bootstrap and theme leaf URLs. So let me delete this and paste here, and close this head. So after that we have to take here body. The next thing is div. So here what we'll do, here we'll take one table for displaying our employee data. So table class will take here as card, and div s2 employees data, and class equals to card header. Before that we'll take here a div tag, and class take as container. Container. Let's save this employee date and bg background primary text white as we have taken, then text center. So employee date. Next in this table we'll take in this, copy this, class equals to card body. So here first it is a heading, then it is card body. So in this table we have to display the data. So here table row and close this. Table headings we have to give, emp name, then gender, salary, email, department, date of job, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Done. Employee name, gender, salary, and email, department, job. And also here we have to provide the delete and edit operations. So operations we'll take here, operations. Let's save this. Now in the next table we have to show the data of the employee. So for that what we'll require is, from the controller we need to send the data to this UI, and by using theme leaf we will read the data and display. Now we need to write the logic to in the controller for the data. So we want all employee data to be shown on the page, web page. So what we'll do, go to this interface called employee service. Here we'll create one list of employee, because there are many employees are there, so the return type must be list, and get all employees. So this is a method, and press Ctrl Shift O for importing list. Yes, java.util.list. Now same method we have to implement this service, employee service impl. Click on this error and add unimplemented methods, right? Then in the JP repository we have the method called repo.findAll that will return this list. So repo.find all, so it will return all the records present in the database. So what happened here, here we are getting some error. This is done. Now go to the controller, and from this we need to pass the data to this employee data. So for that we'll use here a model. So model, and first of all we'll take list of employee, list equals to service dot get all employees, so it will return all the employees. Press Ctrl Shift O for importing this. Then in the model we'll add model dot add attribute, add attribute in the key value pairs, so we'll pass as list. So model is used to pass the data from here to this here error we are getting. What is the error? Create the method in the enterprise employee service. Here we have already created the method. So the error is gone. Get all employees, it will return the list, and we are passing this list to the model. Now we have to read this list in the our page. So employee data.html. So using theme leaf we will read the data. So th:/each, here we have to read this data. So here we'll take object of this list. Now we have to print this in the table data. Close this. How to print? ob.emp name, then emp gender. So whatever the variable name we have given in the employee, that we have to print. So employee, in the employee name, employee gender, then department. So go here, and for salary we taken the SAL, and email we taken the email, and emp doj we taken here, and operations 1 2 3 4 5. What we miss here? Employee name is done, gender, salary, email, department. Here emp dpt. So 6 are done. That is this employee name, gender, salary, email, department, job. Now in the operation we have to give this delete and edit operations, right? So for let's test this whether the data is coming or not. So we'll again run this. So go to this Spring Boot CRUD application, press, let me see whether it is what we have given, right? Employee service, then show, it will go to this, then register. So after clicking on register, it should go to this, it should show the all the data. So we'll redirect to this all. That means after clicking on register, it will show the all the employees data whatever we have saved. So employee control is done. Then employees, here we employee entity, then repository, then in the service repo.findAll, and interface employee service. So let's go to the Spring Boot CRUD application, press Ctrl F11 for running. So go to the browser and paste that URL, whatever the first page is there. In the employee controller we can see this 3031 employee show. So here we'll again add the one employee, Angela, and its salary is 400, and gender is female, and Angela ABC @gmail BA, and joining date is 11, and click on register. So what logic we have done here? Let me go to the here. After clicking on register, it should show the, it will redirect to this all, and it all will be going to the employee data, and it should, we should get this employee data. So go to the browser, and after click on register, so here we can see the data is coming. So here this is not in the proper, so let's go to the Eclipse, and in the here we have to give some bootstrap classes. So class equals to table, table hyphen over. Let's save this, go to the browser, and let's now refresh this. So here we can see hovering effect is coming and it is in proper order. So by mistake I saved this 2 times, so 2 times it is coming. So but the data of our is coming Sam, Angela, and here we have to create one edit button and delete button, this department and date of joining, salary, email. And if we go to the database and if I refresh here we can see 3 records are coming with the department, date of job and gender. Now next thing what we have to do is go to the Eclipse. Next what we can do else is this operation called edit and delete. So Eclipse, go to the Eclipse, let me go here, and here at the place of hash we'll create one link of delete, and here class will take as btn danger, and here we have to give the link as @ as we are using in theme leaf, so /employee/remove. so we must create one method with this path. So go to the controller, where is controller, go to this controller, here we have to create one method public string remove employee, and here get mapping, right? But in this employee data along with this URL we must pass the employee ID whatever we have to delete. So what I am saying here is let's take here one employee is there with the ID1, ID2, ID3. so here let's assume delete is there. Now after clicking on this delete we should pass this ID because this employee with this ID will be deleted. So with this URL we must pass the whatever the employee ID. So let's pass here. So here with the URL we'll pass the ID of the employee whatever you have to delete. So ID equals to this dollar ob.emp ID. So here we have to take ob. Let's save this. So this ID we have to read in the controller. How to read that? By using the @request mapping, no, request param, @request param and as there only one parameter here we'll take ID. So what will happen after clicking on this delete button, the link generated will be will be the link. Let me copy this employee / here we'll take remove and question mark ID equals to whatever the ID. Let's take employee ID with 1 we have to delete. So ID will come here with this ID and we have to read this ID. So by using this request param it will read the ID and it will store into the variable called ID. Now we have to delete the employee with the 1. So for that we must write the methods in this service. So interface employee service, here we'll add one method called void delete employee by id, and we should get here integer id. And also in the IMPL implementation class add an implemented method, and here we need to write a logic. So there is a method in the JPA repository to delete. So repo.delete by id, here you can see delete by id, here we should give the id, so this will delete the employee with the given id. So the method is done. Now go to the controller, and here we need to call this service dot delete employee by id, and we should get give the id, and will redirect to the all the employees whatever are there. So redirect to the all. So what will happen after clicking on delete, it will come to the remove with the whatever the id, let's say 2 3 whatever there. So id will be stored into this, so we will call this delete employee by id, and here we have write the logic in this employee service IMPL to delete the user. So after deleting we'll redirect to the all. So let's test this here. Let's go to the browser and let me refresh, and here you can see delete is coming, you can see that. So these are the three records are there, this is delete. Also we can do here some modification in the employee data. We can take class button outline danger btn outline hyphen danger. Let's save this, go to the browser, refresh. So here you can see outline danger. Now let's suppose I want to delete this second record, so click on delete. Here you can see record is deleted. Go to the database, let's refresh. So second number data is deleted. I want to delete this Angela, delete. Here you can see deleted, and go to the our database, and if I refresh, here you can see it is deleted. So delete operation is done successfully. Now next thing we have to do is edit operation. So for that we will write here same this control alt down for below, and at the place of delete we need to write here edit, and we will give here edit, and whatever the other things will remain same. We just need to give here edit, and this we will give here as a warning. Let's save this, go to the browser, and let me refresh this. Here you can see edit button is coming, edit and delete. Now we need to write a logic for edit the employee data. So go to the controller, and next thing we have to do is public string edit employee. Also we have to read this id, so copy this, paste here, and what URL we have given at that get mapping / edit. So clicking on edit it will go, and after editing we'll redirect to this all. Now what we'll do here, will not redirect to this all, we need to create one form for editing purpose. So what we'll do here is employee edit. Let's save this. So employee edit HTML form we have to create for editing purpose, but for editing go to this here in the template, right click on this and go to the new and go to this file. Here we'll create employee edit .html, save this, and whatever the up to the editing or after here in the register whatever we have written, let's copy this and go to the data, control A, what employee register, let's copy, go to the employee edit, paste here. So employee edit whatever you have copied here, what we have to do is at the place of name we need to use the field th:/field field, and here we have to give star, because if we give here a name, so if I go to the browser and so if we use here a name, here we are not getting any data of the employee, but after clicking on edit we must get whatever the data of that employee we have to delete. So for that we will use here th:/field. So after seeing the practical you will be understand. So at the place of name we have to give this th:/field. So let's copy this and paste here employee salary. Also here at the name copy this and paste here employee gender, let's copy this and at the place of name we have to give here same for here at the name email, copy this and go here th:/field and same here name, paste here. So in the controller whatever the ID we have given, that employee corresponding ID employee data we must get. So we must create one method in the service. So in the interface we will create one method with the which it should give the employee get employee by ID, and we should give here ID as parameter. Let's save this, go to the implementation class, press here add an implemented method, then here one method in the repository find by ID, find by ID, and we should give here ID and its return type is optional of employee. Press Ctrl Shift O, java.util.optional, and here we can check if optional dot is empty. In that case there is no employee, so return null, otherwise opt dot get, so it will return employee. So there is one method in the JP repository called find by id. So corresponding to that id, it will give the record, and its return type is optional. So we'll check here, if the optional is empty, that means the record is not present. Otherwise, optional dot get, its return type is employee, so record will be written. Now go to the controller. Here we'll call this method. So employee emp equals to here is service dot get employee by id, and id will pass. Now this employee data we must pass to the UI. So for that we'll use here model, then model dot add attribute key value pairs emp and emp. So this employee data corresponding to this will read in this employee edit HTML file. So employee edit, so that's what we use here field, but here we have to give the th colon object equals to whatever we are passing from the controller, that we have to read here, that is this emp. So go here, and here we have to give emp. So let's save this. So if you didn't understand, I will explain again. So before that we'll see how it is working. And here we will give the action as what we can give here is update. So let's go to the controller and we'll create one method, public string update employee, and same whatever the @post mapping slash update. So the user will give his information in the edit. So after editing, that information we have to update. So that's what we are creating here, and the whatever data we'll read by using this model attribute. Let me copy this. So whatever the updated data, it will come here, and after updating we'll redirect to the whatever the employee data, all the redirect to the all. So also for updating we must create one method in the service. So go to the service interface, employee service, here void update employee emp. Let's save this, and in this impl let's import this unimplemented method, add unimplemented methods, and so updated employee. Here we use repo.save the same method emp. So what will happen, if the record is already present, it will update this. If the record is not present, it will save that. So if I click on press Ctrl click, open the declaration, here you can see the save method of this crud repository. Here, where is the here you can see the save method, it will take a entity. So if it is a new, then it will use this em.persist, that means it will save. If it is already present, then it will do merge, that means it will be updated. So that's what we are using in the employee service impl. Let's go here. So if it is already present, then it will update that employee. If it is already not present, that will save. So this is done. Now go to the employee controller. So after editing the information, we have to update. So service dot update employee, and we have to pass the employee, and after updating we will redirect to this all. Now here in the employee edit, we'll also show the user, the ID of that user. So ID colon equals to input type text and th colon field field equals to star emp id, and it must be only read only. So that means employee can't edit this, and class as form control. Class will take as form control. So this is done. Now let's go to the, let's see. So the employee will edit here. It will go to the update, and in the controller, after updating, it will redirect to the all. So let's go to the browser. So let's save one data Angela, as in the previous we have deleted. So let's save again 400, and female and email as Angela QA joining 11. Click on register. Here you can see. Now I want to edit this information of Angela, and its salary we should give here as 800. So go to the edit, and here you can see this is what I am saying. So why we use this th colon field? So here we use this th colon field. Where is employee edit? So whatever the employee related to that ID, that's data is coming in this form. You can see here for Angela. So that data is coming. Why? Because we have used this th colon field, and here we use this th colon object. That means after clicking on edit, it will go here, and we are fetching the data by ID, and that data we are passing through the model, and attribute name is emp. That data in the employee edit, we are reading that data and we are showing. So th colon object, whatever the model attribute name you have given, we have to use here th colon field. So that data is coming here, and now we can here edit this. So here we will give 800. Now register. Here you can see the data is edited. Now here we will use one navigation bar for going to the data page or register page. So this type navigation bar we will use. So let me copy this, go to our Eclipse, and in the HTML pages we will give the nav bar. So in these pages, let me see, first is employee data. So above this card, so in the nav bar, this is the thing. Let me delete this so this is a nav, and class is nav bar expand small background light, and here nav items you have to give, and here first of all we will give the data, and we will require only register. These two links we have to give only, and the link at the place of link th colon href, as we are using here theme leaf. So here we have to give @employee / all, and at this place also let me copy here Go here, and what is the controller for registration? show show employee register and all for this. So in this employee data, go here and for registration form show. Let's save this and let us see whether this is coming or not. So let's go to the browser, and in this register let's refresh. Here you can see date register. Here we have to give data. Let's save this, and also this navbar we have to include in all the web pages whatever we have created. HTML files, employee edit, below container, paste, employee register, below container, paste. Let's save, go to the browser and let's refresh data and register. If I go to the register, what happened here, let me see. So we are getting the error because here I have given only employee. Here we have to use /employee // same in the whatever web pages. Go to the edit. Here after /employee dot then register / and /. Let's save this, go to the browser, and if I now refresh the pages, go to the browser, and if I go to the register, here you can see register page is coming. If I click on this data page is coming. So let us save this. Brock salary is 1000 and mail Brock abc@gmail.com. BA job 25th register. Here you can see it is registering. So successfully register. Now if I want to edit the information and the salary, if I want to take here 300 30,000 and other will take as same, click on register. Here you can see the salary is edited, and if I want to delete, click on delete, deleted. So this is a way we can do this CRUD operation on the employee data by using Spring Boot.